live from Antwerp, Ohio. It's Soarin Hawk on the air. So today we're out here at Prairie Days in Antwerp, Ohio, and we're taking all the kids around and we're talking to them about the birds of prey. And so we're going to talk to you guys too. So sit back, enjoy, and hang on at the end because we still have commercials to do. So we're going to bring on Barb, and Barb has Puck here. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about raptors. And you guys know about raptors, don't you? You know, you guys have all seen raptors on TV, you know, Jurassic Park and those. So you know what raptors are all about. So raptors go back a long time ago, you know, dinosaurs and things. And so the velociraptors used to go through the jungle, and they had these nice big talons like this, and they would go along and they go through and they find something to eat and they go down and grab it and they go, "Arr!"
Even people?
Even people. Yeah, the cavemen. That's why you don't see a caveman around anymore. Okay? So they had these talons. Well, we have raptor descendants now, and we call them hawks and owls and falcons, all right? And today we're going to show you some of those. And these hawks and owls and falcons have talons just like those velociraptors did. So here we are. This is Puck. That's Barb, in case I didn't introduce her. So this is Puck, and Puck is an owl. He's an eastern screech owl, and this is a common owl that we have around here. Eastern screech owls live in holes in trees, right? And they live in nest holes in trees, and you'll find them all around here. They live right in town. They live out there in the suburbs and things like that. And he's a nocturnal bird of prey. So he comes out at night and he eats lice and sometimes large insects like moths and sometimes small birds like sparrows. And so he hunts at night. And so he has these nice big eyes that you can see with. And his nice big eyes, he doesn't want to look at the kids. Yeah, the wind is bothering him a little bit. Yeah, it's probably a little noisy out there. Hi, Puck. He looks cross-eyed to me. So anyways, so he comes out at night, uses those big eyes to see what's going on. But underneath, he has his ears, and his ears are under the feathers, and he's listening. And when he hears a mouse making a noise, he's sitting up in a tree, he hears a mouse making a noise. He waits until the mouse goes underneath, and then he drops straight down. And he takes those talons out, right? Puts his talons straight out, and he grabs onto the prey, and he squeezes. And he squeezes and squeezes. And every time the prey breathes in, he squeezes harder and harder until the prey stops breathing. And then he has a sharp beak. And he takes that sharp beak and he tears his food apart. Now, why does he have to tear his food apart? So he can eat the prey. So what do we have that he doesn't have in his mouth? Teeth, right? Yeah. So you've been studying. You've been right up on top of this. Okay. So he doesn't have any teeth, so he has to tear his food apart into little mouse pellets, okay, or mouse nuggets, or sometimes mouse strips, or sometimes whatever. Sometimes if the prey is small enough, he can actually swallow a mouse whole. So sometimes you'll see him there, and he'll have a little tail sticking out of his mouth, going like that, and he just swallowed it. Right? Right. Okay. So he's got nice strong feet, tearing his food apart. He's got nice eyes, so he can see at night. Nice big eyes. So he's looking around, you know, and they tell me that his eyes are so strong and powerful that he can see a candle lit all the way down past that tree down there. So at night, so he can see that candle. You might not be able to see it, but he can see it, right? He's not talking. Okay. So he's got a strong beak. He's got strong talons. He's got strong eyes and vision, and he has strong hearing. He can hear a lot. Some owls have such good hearing they can hear a mouse underneath the snow. Okay, when it's running around underneath the snow, so he can hear this color, and that's so you camouflage yourself against the tree, right? So he almost disappears, right? Yeah. So he just disappears like that. So now, the little eastern screech owl like that comes in two colors, come in gray, or sometimes they come in what we call red or leaves. Now the gray ones live inside the forest, they think, and the red ones live on the outside where they can blend in with dead leaves in the trees. Okay? So they both have a camouflage that they can use. Also, trying to camouflage on those leather tufts that are sticking up. There's two little leather tufts, so when they stick up in the tree, they go real skinny. They're all making like one pattern.
Oops.
So he almost disappears, doesn't he? So he fights in camouflage, so he can hide from everybody. So he can go to sleep. And during the daytime, they sit up in the tree, they get real skinny, and they close their eyes, but don't worry, they're awake. One half their brain is awake, and so they're still awake, and every so often, their eye will open, one eye will open, then they'll close it. And so the ears are working, and so they're hearing things flying around. And so if you try sneaking up on them, all of a sudden they'll open their eye and look at you, and then they'll close it. Try to go back to sleep. So that's the whole screech owl. Now, every night or every day, he eats one mouse. Okay? So if he lived in a tree and he had a spouse, all right, and they would have 4 eggs, okay, 4 chicks. So each one of them eats a mouse a day. So that's 6 mice every day they eat. And 6 mice, 365 days a year. That's 1,800 mice. Okay, 1,800 mice. That's a lot of mice to eat. Okay, and that's good for us. Why don't we like a lot of mice? Why don't we like a lot of mice? Why don't you like mice in your house? They eat all your stuff. Very good. Okay, what else do mice do? They eat all your seeds? They drill holes through your house, okay? So they can destroy your house by making holes and things like that. What else? They poop in your cupboard. Okay, well, that's good. So they kind of smell and stuff. What else? Okay, eat all your cheese in the refrigerator. Well, too much rabbit stew there or something there. Okay, but one of the big things that they do, so one of the other things they do is they give us disease. So we don't want those things. So we want to have the screech owls around, raptors around, so they can control the number of rooms. We don't want disease. We don't want diseases. We don't want the smell. Just like the owl, he has a sharp beak, all right? It's very strong, but he also has what we call a crop, okay? And the crop is the first part of his digestive system, and that helps to grind up the food before it goes to his stomach. So when he, so if he can't, his food is all pre-digested, so it goes to his stomach, and very rarely does he make a pellet. So you won't see pellets from that. So this is Ruby, and Ruby's a red-tailed hawk, and this is the common hawk that we have around here. So these are the ones you see soaring around. You see them up on the telephone poles. I got a pair of them that live right at my Kroger's down, right down the street from us. So they live, you'll find them right in town. They're right in Fort Wayne. They usually live up in trees about 30, 40 feet up. And if you go along the US 24 here, at the intersections where there's the big lights, there's always red-tailed hawks up there. So she's a hawk, and she's a soaring hawk, so she soars around through the air, looking down, looking for her prey. And just like the little falcon and the little screech owl, when she sees something, she flies down, puts her talons out, 3 toes forward, 1 toe back, and grabs onto her prey, and then squeezes and squeezes until it stops, and then she tears it apart with her beak. Now, she came to us, let's see, she's 15 years old, okay, and she's under her neck there, and she has a nice red tail, and let's see that red tail. So the first year you have a red-tailed hawk. Red-tailed hawk babies, or young ones, the first year have a tail like that. It's brown with striping on it. The second year, you got some brown feathers and some red feathers, okay, coming. And then the third year, you got a nice red tail. And that's so that the young birds won't get in trouble, okay? So when adult birds see a bird like this, they say that's just a baby bird, and the baby bird might need some help, or just leave the baby bird alone. So it protects them. The second year, they give them a little less latitude in what they do, and so you have that. But the third year, they're full adult. You should know what you're doing. So it takes them 3 years to grow up. Now our kestrel bear, they have to grow up in 1 year, and so do our screech owls. And then we have some others that have to wait 2 years. So different ones. And our bald eagle takes over 5 years before they're grown up. So different birds, depending, have different life stages. And also, they go get enough. Now Ruby, if she ever turns around, if you'll notice, one thing about Ruby is she has all red feathers except for 1 white feather. And our Miami Indian friends tell us that means she's a blessed bird. And she just loves to go to powwows. So we go to a powwow, she'll sit on the perch, and people dance with the drums and the burning sage and all that. And it doesn't matter whether it's daylight or nighttime, she just really enjoys it. So she's a real Native American bird, aren't you?
Oops.
And here's Barb again. And we have Barb with another of our favorites. And she's going to talk about Cheyenne. Hi, Cheyenne.
This is Cheyenne. She has been since 2015. She is a Harrison's hawk. So does she look different than the red tail? Yeah, she looks a lot different than Ruby does. So Cheyenne is a hawk that lives around the desert. So not around here. We don't have desert here, do we? But she was training to be a falconer's bird. And that's a bird that hunts with men. So men take these birds out and they hunt for rabbits, or they hunt for squirrels. And Cheyenne would catch the rabbit, and then when they come up, they would share the rabbit with the rabbit. So, do you notice that Ruby is 3 different colors? Can you see how pretty she is? Yeah. Isn't that a beautiful tail? And I love the color of her wings too. So she has the sharp beak. She has really good eyes. But when Ruby lives in the desert. Well, they do that. You know
That's what
that?
the other birds did.
I know.
Who did what? I missed it.
All birds poop.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody poops. Sorry.
Yeah.
Even my car poops.
So the interesting thing about it is hawks will poop that way, out, and an owl will poop down. So that's very important to know, isn't it? So, like, would you want me to stand like this with you guys right there?
No.
So, yeah. Don't forget that, because that's very important.
Their toes look like Cheetos.
Yeah. About the same color on the face. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
You wanna
Okay.
talk about Chewy?
Okay,
Babe.
Oh, boy.
here we have Chewy. He's an owl. He is called the Eurasian owl, so he's one of the largest owls we have in the world. He's a boy. He's about a year and a half old. And one thing about owls, these feathers are called ear tufts, and they are just feathers. His ears are not there. His ears are actually down in here, and they're hidden under those feathers. And that helps them with hearing. Higher than the other ones. God technically are and are. Higher. One is now low. Chewy is an owl. It's not their area. Big horned owls around here that are pretty similar to Chewy. The only difference is they're a little smaller than Chewy, and they have yellow eyes rather than his pretty orangey eyes. Chewy in the wild, he would eat rats, and he would even eat something as large as a small deer. So he has a pretty good appetite. He's a pretty strong bird, and you can see by his talons, he would be able to keep him pretty vicious in the wild. But he has a home for life in Soarin. He goes out to schools and different events to show people about owls. You get to see an owl close up, like Chewy, and learning how neat and cool they are.
How much does he weigh?
He weighs about 4.5, almost 5 pounds. His wings are about 6 feet wide, so if you were to stretch him out, they'd be from my fingertip to the other fingertip. So he has pretty big wings in there, and it's pretty amazing how they're all folded up. But they are in there. So, and let's see, but I don't know what I'm forgetting.
Oh, I think I pretty well got it all.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Do you have a question? He came from a falconer who raises them. So, and he gave Chewy to us. Yes? The screech owl? No,
The
what do we-
wings.
Oh, they are donations.
Yep. They're donations. Yep.
Yes. He is a year and a half old, so he's almost an adult.
Still a baby.
Still a baby.
He's probably when he's 3, he'll be adult.
Yes. Yep. What's that? He likes to eat, well, for us, he'll eat rats, he'll eat mice, he'll eat chicks, he likes venison and rabbits. There, got them all. Yes.
This is my first time ever seeing it.
The first time you ever seen an owl? Yes, first time you seen a big owl. What do you think of him? Yes. How do we what?
How did they get used to you so much?
Oh, well, we have to train with them for a long time. Chewy came to Soarin when he was 9 weeks old, so he was still little. And he was all full of downy feathers. So I actually had him at my house. I live here in town, and I had him at my house, and I trained him to get used to sitting on my glove, just like this, get used to being around people. And it took a while for him to learn those things. Then he moved out to a bird pens, and that's where he lives now. And he goes out to schools and libraries and things like that. So we have to practice with the bird quite often. Yeah, so the other, right, yeah. So it takes a while to get them used to us and us used to them. The more you work with them, the more comfortable they are with you. So Chewy, he knows me pretty well, so he's pretty calm with me, so he's staying with me. If he got something scared him real bad, he would know that I would protect him because we've worked together so much. Yes. You turn it all the way around. Turn it almost. That's about it. He just showed you. They have twice as many bones in their neck as we do, so that's why they're able to do that. Well, we train them with food, just like you train a dog. Well, actually, I do that with Chewy. I'll throw a rolled up piece of paper or a toy in the air, and he'll go and catch it. So that's how he learned to catch things when he was younger. But raise your hand if you have a dog at home. You ever give your dog treats and to learn tricks? Yeah. So we could say to Chewy, here we say step up, and he'll get up on our glove, and then we can give him a treat, and then he knows that he did the right thing. So a lot of times that's how we teach our birds.
Officer Miller treat.
Oh, right.
What kind of a treat?
Okay, Brenna, last question, and then I think we have to move to the next station. Brenna, oh, I thought your name was up.
What kind of question?
Adele,
No.
Adele, last question. Adele?
Are that and a little one that looks kind of like that the same kind of bird?
No, they're different. This is a red-tailed hawk, and the other one is called an American kestrel. And the American kestrel is actually a falcon. The smallest
Each one that
falcon.
you've seen here, Adele, is a different species. They're all different. Boys and girls, what do you say?
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Can you line up for me and my dog?
What kind of what? Well, not the normal kind. He likes I'll cut up a little bit of a chick, and he'll get that. So a little bit of his food becomes a treat.
Bye.
Hey, bye, Chewy.
I don't think he talks.
I think it's time for us to sign off. I think
Yes.
we've run over our time, and it's time for our commercial. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to see if we can do this. So we have some programs coming up here shortly. So we have Halloween coming up this on the 16th at Gene Stratton Porter. So if you're up that direction, you can come visit us. We have Ambrosia House where we're going to be doing a program. That's the 23rd. And then on the 29th and 30th, we're going to be at the Huntertown Family Park for Halloween in the park. And then we have Halloween at Pokagon State Park. We also have some other programs coming up here shortly. And let's see here, we'll get that out. Saratoga Park neighborhood is going to be coming up. Let's see what else we got. Big Brothers and Big Sisters. The Girl Scouts this coming Saturday. We're going to be at the Camp McMillan with the Girl Scouts. We're going to be at the LN Nature Park next week. That's for the homeschoolers. The William Woodland neighborhood downtown Fort Wayne. We're going to be there. Let's see what else we got. We got the Elkhart Community Schools. That's coming up in November. And we have Antwerp Prairie Days. That's where we are today. We're out here at Antwerp Prairie Days. And so we're doing that. and we're going to be at Canterbury Schools. So I'm going to have to sign off here because the next class just came in, and somebody's giving me the hook, so I got to get out of here. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to you, and I'm just going to do this here, finish,
Yep.
and hopefully